Hi, sixth grade. I wanted to take just a couple minutes to go over three of the more challenging problems on yesterday's Edge Elastic, so follow along to make sure that you understand how to solve inequalities. So the steps for solving an inequality are the same really as solving an equation. The first thing I'm going to do is get rid of the constant from the left side of the equation by adding 2 to both sides. I will be left with 9x greater than 45. Next, I'm going to go ahead and isolate that variable x by dividing both sides by the coefficient 9. I am left with x is greater than 45. This right here is the solution set to my inequality. This means that any value of x that is greater than 5 will make this inequality true. Let's follow the same steps for question number 2. 3n plus 1 is less than 7. Let's go ahead and get rid of that constant. I have 3n is less than 6. And then dividing both sides by 3, I will get that n is less than 2. So all I'm doing here is following the same steps that I used to solve an equation, but now I'm keeping my inequality symbol instead of my equal sign. Question number 5 also seemed challenging for many of us. I'll read this out loud to remind ourselves about what this said. Craig went bowling with $25. He rented shoes for $5.25 and paid $4 for each game. What is the greatest number of games Craig would have played? I can set up an inequality to represent this situation. I know that I have to pay $5.25 no matter what, and then $4 for each game. I'm going to use my variable g to represent the number of games. Now, the amount that he spent, represented by the amount for the shoes and the amount for the games, has to be less than or equal to 25, because there's no way that I could spend more than $25. Now, I can go ahead and solve this by subtracting $5.25 from both sides. And I'm going to be left with that 4g is less than or equal to $19.75. Now, I know that in order to figure out the most number of games, I need to isolate g and divide both sides by 4. When I do this, let's see what I get. I know that this can be 437, that would be 9. So I can keep going with my division, but already I can see that I can buy about 4.9 games. So I have to ask myself, can I buy 5 games? No. And there's no such thing as 4.9 of a game. So the most number of games he could play is 4 games.